NASCAR Nextel Cup Racing on Fox, brought to you by Nextel. Coast-to-coast walkie-talkies in under a second. Nextel, done. Kevin Harvick is the leader. The new second-place car is Matt Kenseth, who's just 3/4 of a second back, and closing the other fast car on track, Jamie McMurray, who restarted 10th and is now up to 4th. Here's the pass for second place.
Matt really is down in the corner, but right here is where the car really shines. He gets under it. He just gets back in the throttle. Looks like a maybe 3 or 4 car lengths quicker than Tony did there, and that seems to be where he really gains.
His car turns in the middle of the corner. He's able to map the throttle, and the car stays under him.
Yeah, he
lunges off the corner.
Drives in hard, and it doesn't slide up. It just drives in hard, stays there, and right here, watch him come off of turn 2 now, and he really pulls.
And as he comes past,
Jack says, "That's my boy."
Cat in the hat.
Casey Kane has come back to 7th.
Yeah, I think they've caught up with their adjustments on this race car.
Yeah, I think they got behind there just in the middle of the race, didn't make enough changes, and now they've made the changes, but that might be too little too late.
Kane restarted 14th, and he's come back to 7th. Comers and goers, Darrell.
Oh yeah, that's what this is all about.
You know, Darrell, I don't know if we can ever remember coming to Las Vegas and see this much coming and going, but I think we talked about it at the top of the show. I think so much has to do with how narrow the band of a good handling car has become with the shorter rear spoiler and the softer tire.
Now, there's so many contributing factors now, Larry, that we are still learning. These guys are in a learning process. They're learning about the tires. You hear them talk about air pressure, and maybe they don't like the pressure so low. So there's a lot of things that they've got to figure out over the course of the next few weeks.
I tell you who else is in a learning process. They continue to learn what not to do. Dale Earnhardt Jr. just took the car to the garage again for more changes. 46 laps down, back in 35th position.
And if he'd run one more lap, he would have passed Kevin LePage, who's out of the race.
He'll be back out.
Oh, yeah, he just went in for some more shocks.
Casey Kane trying to pass Bobby Labonte for 6th place.
On the outside, that race car's come to life again.
Dale Jr.'s going through what I've been there and done that, where everybody on the team is getting a chance to, what would you do to fix it? We'll bring it in and we'll try it.
I tell you what's about there. Matt Kenseth in that 17 car. I mean, he just keeps reeling in. Kevin Harvick in the 29. I believe he's going to lead probably the next lap when they get back to the start-finish line. Look at that car. Turns it right underneath Harvick, side by side off turn 4.
You know, I talked to Jack Roush, Larry, and he said that the changes that were made in the Taurus with the new nose.
And clear high, clear all around.
That's a good sound right there. Clear high, clear low. You are the leaders.
Next best one is when you're pulling away. But the new tail, the new nose, and the template adjustments. He said that the 17 car last year was the most legal car in the garage area. Now, that's Jack Roush telling me that.
Yeah. Who owns it? But now, Darrell, we used to have to talk a lot about aero push. What happens when a car is following a car and can't get any air on the nose to make it stick? You saw what Kenseth did. He had no air on the nose. He was tucked up right behind Harvick, but he was able to turn that car down and make the pass.
I think that's where taking blade off the back has really helped. Instead of that big old blade sucking the back of the car down, or sinking the back of the car down and lifting the front up, or at least trying to, I believe the cars now are more nose. They got more down on the nose than they got on the rear. It's making the cars turn better.
You know, guys, as we get toward about 35 laps to go, I love the never give up attitude. Jamie McMurray in that 42 car, he's back up to 4th. Remember, he had to come to pit road, make toe out adjustments to that car. Matt Yoakum, that attitude has paid off.
Larry, you're exactly right. 2 stops ago, Jamie said he needed more grip, so they went down on air pressure all 4 tires. On the last stop, he said, I've got a lot more grip, but I need a little bit of help because my car is still tight in the center. They made a slight air pressure adjustment in that right front. He has been the fastest car in the top 5 over the past 20 to 25 laps. In fact, Robbie Reiser told Matt Kenseth, the guy we may have to deal with before this day's over is the 42.
He's right to it. He's closing up on him about a 10th a lap.
Going to be 33 laps to go. here in the UAW-Daimler Chrysler 400 at Las Vegas.